At 82, I found myself staring at the phone, wondering if I should call my daughter for help again. My dishwasher had broken down, and I couldn't bend over easily to check what was wrong. The thought of being dependent on someone else, especially for small day-to-day tasks, terrified me more than the actual inconvenience. It wasn't about the dishwasher at all. It was about realizing how quickly life can change once you feel you've lost control of your own routine. That moment sparked an urgent question. What if there was a way to maintain or even enhance my independence as I move further into my 80s? What if there were tools that could keep me in the driver's seat of my life, despite the challenges that come with getting older? For many seniors, the thought of losing autonomy is a real pressing concern. You might worry about simple tasks, like remembering medications, calling for help when no one's around, or keeping track of medical appointments, suddenly becoming significant hurdles. Ignore these challenges and you risk spiraling into isolation, vulnerability, or constant reliance on others. But imagine for a moment that these anxieties could transform into confidence. Imagine that you'd feel sure of yourself each morning, knowing that whatever the day throws at you, you have reliable tools and solutions in place. In the next few minutes, you'll discover 8 powerful technology tools that can do exactly that. From the latest telemedicine options that connect you directly to a doctor without leaving your sofa, to smart gadgets that help you stay safe and comfortable at home, each tool holds the promise of newfound freedom. Stick around until the very last one, because I'll share something most people don't realize. A simple digital feature that can transform not just your day-to-day routine, but your entire sense of independence. This isn't just my guesswork. After years of observing how seniors thrive well into their 80s and beyond, I've noticed a consistent pattern. Those who harness the right technologies often enjoy more active, fulfilling lives. It's not about chasing the latest flashy gadget. It's about choosing tools that genuinely make a difference in how you live. Before we jump in, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll always know when new tips and insights are shared here. And if you find value in what you're about to learn, typing 1 in the comments will let me know I'm on the right track and help me tailor content to serve you better. The first tool I want to explore with you might challenge what you think about visiting the doctor. Many people still believe that quality healthcare always requires you to get dressed, brave the traffic, and sit in a waiting room for ages. Yet modern technology has provided a better path. Telemedicine services. There's a misconception that telemedicine is too complicated or impersonal for seniors. Perhaps you've heard friends say, "I want to see my doctor face to face, otherwise I won't get proper care." But let's look at a surprising truth. Studies indicate that remote consultations can be just as effective for many routine checkups and ongoing care situations. More and more physicians and specialists are integrating telehealth systems that allow you to have follow-up visits without leaving your home. Consider Harold, an 84-year-old retiree. He has arthritis in both knees, making it difficult for him to drive. His doctor suggested telemedicine appointments for managing his condition. Initially skeptical, he feared it would be too high-tech for him. Harold soon discovered it was as simple as opening a secure link sent to his email. He spoke to his doctor via video call, shared concerns about his latest medication, and even went through basic movement tests. By eliminating the drive to the clinic, Harold reduced his pain flare-ups, which often got worse when he traveled. Best of all, he felt more in control. No more waiting rooms, no more struggling to coordinate rides. This insight might sound small, but it has life-changing implications. When you remove physical barriers to medical care, you're no longer shackled by inconvenience or discomfort. The emotional benefit? Peace of mind. You remain proactive about your health, addressing minor issues before they grow into major ones. A practical tip if you're curious. Ask your doctor's office if they offer telemedicine appointments. Many now do, and they'll often help you download any necessary software. If you're using a smartphone or tablet, you can even set an alarm to remind you 15 minutes before your online appointment. By embracing telemedicine, you reclaim more time and energy, and that sense of independence we all crave. Shifting gears, let's talk about wearable health trackers like smartwatches or fitness bands. Right away, I can almost hear a common objection. Aren't those just for young people or tech-savvy folks? The truth is, these devices can be a game changer for seniors. They're not just fancy watches, they monitor crucial data like heart rate, steps taken, sleep quality, and sometimes even blood oxygen levels. Many also feature built-in emergency alerts that can automatically contact loved ones or medical services if a fall is detected. The most common misconception is that you need to be fit as a fiddle for these devices to matter. But even if you're not running marathons, trackers can motivate gentle improvements like taking a few more steps each day or being mindful of heart rate fluctuations. They help you spot patterns. Perhaps your heart rate spikes when climbing stairs, or your sleep is fragmented by frequent bathroom trips. These insights give you and your doctor a clearer picture of your overall health, especially if you sync the data with a telemedicine appointment. Take Diane, for instance, a 79-year-old grandmother who's always been wary of technology. She reluctantly started wearing a basic fitness tracker at her daughter's insistence. She noticed that on days she didn't walk, her sleep was restless and her energy dropped. Motivated by the numbers on her wrist, Diane began taking short walks after dinner. To her surprise, not only did she feel more energetic, but her blood pressure readings improved too. By connecting those small changes to the real-time data, Diane felt proud and empowered, almost like she was steering her own health journey. Why does this matter? When you know what's happening in your body, even in small ways, you can address issues before they spiral. You gain a sense of control and the emotional lift that comes from seeing tangible progress. If you're hesitant to buy a new device, start simple. Check if your smartphone has a health app built in. Many do. Or look for user-friendly trackers designed with seniors in mind, often featuring larger displays and fewer complicated settings. Remember, the goal isn't to break any fitness records. It's to stay informed and proactive so you feel more autonomous each day. If you're still with me and appreciate these insights so far, go ahead and comment 2 below. Your feedback helps guide me, and it also shows others that we're building a community of seniors focused on living life on our own terms. Let's move on to a tool that can transform how you interact with your home environment: smart home devices. You might think, aren't these gadgets just expensive toys for younger folks who like to turn lights on and off by talking to a speaker? That's the misconception. In reality, voice-activated assistants and connected home systems can drastically improve daily life for seniors. Imagine controlling the thermostat, playing your favorite Frank Sinatra track, or turning off the living room lights without struggling to stand up or find the switch in the dark. John, 87, had a minor fall while trying to turn off his bedside lamp a few months ago. Recovering from that incident, he decided to install a smart bulb and pair it with a voice assistant. Now he just says, "Lights off," and he can get comfortable in bed without moving around in a dark room. A simple change, yes, but it makes a massive difference in John's confidence. He doesn't worry about fumbling in the dark or losing his balance. Moreover, many smart home hubs offer options to place emergency calls, set medication reminders, or even lock doors automatically. Here's the surprising part for those hesitant about technology. Modern smart home devices are user-friendly. They're designed to be set up with minimal fuss. Even if you're not tech-savvy, family members or a professional installer can help you get started. The emotional relief of not constantly double-checking whether the door is locked or the stove is off is immeasurable. It's the peace of mind that fosters true independence, a sense that your home is working for you, not the other way around. To get started, pick 1 or 2 priorities, perhaps lighting and temperature control, and invest in devices that meet those needs. You can always expand later if you find the experience helpful. Another tech tool that often gets overlooked is the medication management app or device. You might believe that a simple pill box is enough, and for some it might be. But if you've ever struggled to remember whether you took your morning pill or realized too late that you're running out of a crucial prescription, these apps can be a lifesaver. They remind you when it's time to take each dose, track refills, and even alert you to potential interactions between medications. Meet Gloria, 83, who was juggling 5 different prescriptions. She'd sometimes skip a dose because she couldn't recall if she had already taken it, and she feared double dosing. Her son installed a medication management app on her phone that beeped at specific times of day, indicating exactly which pill to take and displaying a picture of it on the screen. The app also ordered her refills in advance, so she never found herself without a critical medication. Within 2 weeks, Gloria noticed she felt steadier, had fewer dizzy spells, and her blood pressure remained consistent. The difference was that she stuck to her doctor's plan precisely, all thanks to a simple, automated reminder system. The lesson here? While we might assume we can rely on memory or routine, life gets busy, and the mind can play tricks on us. Automating this process ensures you don't gamble with your health. The emotional payoff is big: greater confidence in your self-care, freedom from the anxiety of missing a dose, and overall better health outcomes. If you're willing to try it, ask a tech-savvy friend or family member to help you download a trusted medication management app. Set up your list of prescriptions, including dosage times, and let the app handle the rest. This single step can keep you independent because you're staying in control of your health in a straightforward, systematic way. Before I move on, this is another good time to check in. If you're finding these ideas helpful, let me know by typing 4 in the comments. It's a simple way to stay connected and encourage each other to keep learning new ways to support an active, autonomous lifestyle. We can't discuss independence after 80 without addressing mobility. High-tech mobility scooters or power chairs with advanced features are quietly revolutionizing how seniors get around. You may have heard someone say, "I don't want to be seen in a scooter. It'll make me look weak." That's a misconception rooted in pride and an assumption that relying on any aid is a sign of decline. But what if I told you that using a modern mobility scooter might actually allow you to participate more in community events, family outings, or even simple errands without feeling exhausted or at risk of falling? Case in point, Roger, 85, who loved to explore the local farmers market every Saturday. After developing chronic hip pain, walking the market's aisles became a struggle. He nearly gave up going altogether until his daughter convinced him to try a power chair with a compact design that was easy to fold and transport. At first, Roger felt awkward, but after a few outings, he realized that people didn't stare or judge him. If anything, they were impressed by his willingness to adapt. He regained the freedom to browse fresh produce, chat with vendors, and enjoy the lively atmosphere. His mood improved, and so did his overall activity level. Here's the surprising truth: modern mobility solutions aren't just about helping you get from A to B. They often come with advanced stability controls, battery lives long enough for full-day adventures, and even built-in lights or horns for safety. By investing in a reliable scooter or power chair, you're effectively extending your radius of independence. You can go where you want, when you want, without constant worry about pain or fatigue. The emotional benefit? Joy and confidence, knowing you can stay engaged with the world on your own terms. If you're worried about cost, look for programs that offer assistance or insurance coverage. Many companies provide test drives or short-term rentals, so you can see if it's the right fit before committing. Another indispensable tool for staying connected and independent is voice-activated calling and messaging. Yes, we touched on voice assistants for home automation, but let's dive deeper into how they can keep you socially engaged and safe. Many seniors think voice-activated devices are just for setting kitchen timers or playing music. But picture this: you have a minor accident at home, maybe you trip on the rug, and your phone is out of reach on the counter. A voice-activated system can let you say, "Call my daughter," or "Call emergency services," and help arrives without you having to move. Margaret, 88, experienced this firsthand. One afternoon, she felt a sharp pain in her lower back while standing in the kitchen. Afraid she might collapse if she walked to grab her cell phone, she simply said, "Alexa, call Barbara." Her daughter picked up immediately, realized the urgency, and rushed over. Because Margaret had set up a contact list on her voice assistant, she didn't have to fumble with a phone or look up numbers. The sense of security this provided Margaret was enormous. She realized that a small adjustment, programming essential contacts, could be the difference between a minor scare and a major crisis. It's also a convenient way to maintain social connections when mobility is limited. If your hands ache from arthritis, you can simply say, "Call Joe," and you're chatting with a friend without pressing a single button. The best way to implement this is to create a list of your most frequently dialed numbers and label them with straightforward names so your device understands you easily. This fosters emotional well-being by preventing isolation. Even if you can't leave the house often, you can still hear a familiar voice and share moments of your day. If you're still watching and finding these tools inspiring, comment 6 below. That simple gesture tells me you're ready to explore more ways to fortify your independence well into your 80s and beyond. Next, let's consider online grocery and meal delivery services. Many seniors think, I've always gone to the store myself. Why change now? The misconception is that relying on delivery is some sort of defeat, but in reality, embracing these services can free up your energy for the things you truly enjoy. If dragging heavy grocery bags from the car leaves you sore or exhausted, or if you live somewhere with icy winters and fear slipping on the sidewalk, why risk it? Look at Betty, 86, who used to dread her weekly supermarket run. The parking lot always seemed a mile wide, and she felt drained by the time she loaded her groceries into the trunk. Then she discovered a local grocery delivery service app. Betty orders her essentials from the comfort of her recliner. She can compare prices, check ingredients, and have bags dropped off right at her doorstep. Rather than this being a sign of giving up, it's a step toward taking control of her well-being. Now she spends the saved energy on gardening in her backyard, a much more fulfilling way to stay active. The surprising truth here is that using technology to reduce strenuous tasks can actually help you maintain your independence longer. You're not exhausted by mundane chores, so you have the stamina for hobbies, social visits, or gentle exercise. It's a trade-off that pays dividends in mental and physical health. If you're hesitant about the learning curve, ask a neighbor or grandchild to walk you through the process the first few times. Once you see how easy it is, you might wonder why you didn't start sooner. And don't forget, many of these services offer senior discounts or free delivery at certain times, making it even more accessible. Finally, one of the most overlooked yet powerful tech tools for seniors seeking autonomy is brain training apps or games. Many people believe cognitive decline is inevitable, so they ask, what's the point? The reality is that while some age-related changes are natural, you can slow them down and, in some cases, improve your mental sharpness with regular brain exercises. Tom, who's 81, was starting to forget small details: where he placed his glasses, the name of the neighbor's cat. He decided to try a few free brain training apps, playing short puzzles and memory challenges for about 15 minutes a day. It became a fun routine, something he looked forward to each morning. Within a couple of months, Tom noticed he felt more confident recalling phone numbers and staying focused during conversations. Although no app can guarantee perfect memory, the cumulative effect of these small mental workouts can be remarkable over time. The surprising insight is that consistent mental stimulation can boost your overall sense of independence. When you're sharper, you handle tasks more efficiently and feel less anxious about forgetting important details. The emotional benefit? Renewed self-assurance and a sense that your mind is truly yours. If you want to give it a try, pick an app with intuitive controls and daily reminders. Some even offer short tutorials on how to play each puzzle. Make it a habit, like a morning coffee for your brain, and watch how it positively influences everything else in your life. Now that you've seen how 8 different technology tools can uplift your everyday life, let's take a moment to imagine the transformation that awaits if you integrate even just a few of them. Picture yourself having easier access to healthcare, cutting down on physical strain, feeling secure in your own home, and staying both mentally and socially active. These are not small victories. They can profoundly shift how you experience your later years. Yet transformation only happens if you act. It's so easy to hear about these tools and say, I'll look into that tomorrow. But as the days pass, small inconveniences can become big obstacles. My invitation to you is to pick one of the 8 tools that resonates most with you, maybe telemedicine or a simple medication reminder app, and set it up today or this week. It's your life, and these are your choices. No matter what challenges you face, you deserve to feel in charge of your health, your routine, and your connections. Take a moment right now to think about which of these tools would most directly improve your life. Perhaps you're struggling with mobility and want to explore an advanced scooter. Maybe you're curious about voice-activated calling because you live alone and want a safety net. Whichever it is, I challenge you to envision a typical day where you're using that tool. Can you see yourself making a video call to your doctor, then asking Alexa to lock the door, then ending the evening with a fun brain game to keep your mind sharp? That scenario isn't far-fetched. It can become your normal reality. I'd love to hear from you. Please share one thing you learned or one tool you're excited to try. Leave it in the comments and let me know how you plan to integrate it into your daily life. It might seem like a small step, but sharing publicly can help solidify your intention and encourage others who might be hesitant to take that same leap. And if you found this discussion valuable, consider subscribing and hitting the like button. Every comment and interaction helps this community grow, so we can continue exploring strategies that empower and inform. Your support matters because together we're proving that age doesn't have to dictate dependence. We can shape our own futures, using technology as a trusted ally to keep us active, engaged, and in control. Thank you for taking the time to explore these ideas with me. I'm cheering you on as you make the choices that keep you vibrant and independent. And remember, there's no expiration date on living life to its fullest. Each day is a fresh opportunity to embrace tools and habits that honor your well-deserved freedom. Here's to your continued autonomy, now and for many years to come.